Oh. Oh. Hello, good morning, and welcome to yet another episode of Redstone Lapis Lazuli. Yes, hi, good morning. Hi. And yeah, here I am playing Minecraft in my Minecraft world. I hope this Turkey Day weekend has found you well. Yeah. Did you get to see your friends and family? Was it very nice? Oh yes. Everyone loves that stuff. Alright. Hold on, I'm fixing the sound here. I think that's enough. Okay, here I am in my base. I'm trying to work out like the best settings, and I never can figure it out. But yeah, here, let me go to Ice Flower Village, where I was making a base. Do I need to bring anything before I go? Oh, yeah, that's right, I was repairing stuff. What do I need to bring? Probably some wool, right? Wool is always good to bring. A stack of wool. So yeah, things are going crazy. Well, actually no, it was nice and quiet over the weekend, I guess, except for all the stabbing attacks in Europe. Like, what was going on with that? This is the wrong place. Yeah, what's all the stuff going on in Europe with the stabbings? I think like 2 people died over 3 or 4 stabbings, and it seems weird they all happened around the same time instead of like it was coordinated or something. But yeah, people got hurt. However, it also raised an interesting question as to what firearms have made a difference in the stabbing attacks in Europe. I mean, what happened? A guy went crazy and ran around and started stabbing people, and some gun proponents want to say, oh yeah, if we had guns, that they could have stopped them. But all we have to do is compare stabbing incidences in the United States and then stabbing incidences in Europe, and there's way more stabbings in America than Europe. Now let's come to firearms. Firearms are even crazier. There's way more firearm deaths in America than there is in Europe. Like, it's just not even, what are you even thinking? Okay, so I picked this spot because it's on like the meeting point of like a bunch of biomes. Over there you have taiga forest. Then over here you have plains. Over here you have ice. Over there you have swamp. And then over here you have birch forest up there. Like, there's just a bunch of stuff. So this is like a nice place to start a new base. So I started working stuff. I moved my nether portal. I moved my elevator over there. I made this flower thing. Flower farm designed by BlendsCraft TV. So this is supposed to work like this. And it works. It works great. I don't have to do anything. Just AFK or whatever. And it'll just collect flowers for me. So I don't have to go do them. The problem is it gets the same flowers every time. Like, I didn't know this, but if you use bone meal on a spot, it will make the same flower over and over and over again. Oh, I can make a composter. Compost. So get these seeds. Put the seeds in the composter. And I get bone meal. Yay! So I finally have a use for seeds. and get bone meal out of it, and then bone meal you can just put back into the system. So the whole thing goes around in circles. Kind of like how nature works, or used to work until humans all messed it up. Yeah, humans took a bunch of the CO2 that nature had been putting up in the air or in the ground for millions and millions of years. And then they put it back in the air in 200 years. So a process that took millions and millions, hundreds of millions of years, humans reversed in like 200 years. It's crazy. Wow. Like humans kind of are like a planetary extinction event. It's kind of nuts. When like you could look at, you know, that anime Neon Evangelion, you could almost look at, like, you know how they talk about, oh, the impacts when the angels arrived, rah rah rah. If you want to get crazy, oh wait, hold on, let me turn this off so I can demonstrate. Okay, demonstration. So if you have bone meal and you put like bone, and you see a place where a flower is growing, that color flower will always grow there, no matter what. So yeah, I should have checked before I did it, because I don't really want purple or like maroon or what. Pink, is that pink? I think that turns to pink dye. No, magenta. Where do you get your drugs? Colombia. What's your favorite color? Magenta. 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 Okay. So you put bone meal, and you're gonna get the same flower there no matter what. Well, eventually, either grass or flower. Just go around bone mealing everything. Yay. So if you want a particular flower, like if you want poppies, I should have made it right here. I kind of want yellow, because yellow is hard to find. You only get it from yellow flowers. So I need to make more yellow. Orange is just combining red and yellow. That's easy. Magenta, you need your own special one, I think. Pink is just red and white. White's easy to make. Black is just with ink sacs, and that's easy to make. Blue is with Lapis Lazuli. That's easy to make. Gray, I think, are these little ones. But you can't even tell gray apart from white. They look really close. Look very similar. And orange, yeah, orange is easy. Green is from cactus. And light lime green is bone meal and cactus. So yeah, it's really the yellow flowers that I need. So I should make another one specifically for yellow flowers. That's kind of neat. Yeah. All right. So Thanksgiving. Wow, what a time. I live out here by myself. I don't really have any like connections here, like from the past. I just kind of showed up. So Thanksgiving's always kind of weird for me. Because I don't have any family here, and yeah. But I was invited over to my neighbor's house, and that was really cool. I got to hang out for a bit in the family. It was nice. Yeah, what made it weird was that the family was Native American. So I was like, okay, thanks. Yeah, like they invited me to go to a powwow in Montana. That's a long, long, long drive. That's really far. But yeah, I haven't really gone that far east in a car. So, I don't know, I'm thinking about it. It's kind of scary, but yeah. I need some trees, dude. I can chop down that mountain over there. So yeah, perspective. Perspective is big. What do I mean by perspective? Perspective is the way things look from your position. And the way space-time works. No one can ever have your perspective. Like, it is absolutely unique. People, you know, you talk about the dimensions, the various dimensions. Like 1 dimension, 2 dimensions, 3 dimensions, the 4th dimension. Yeah, but what about 0 dimensions? You ever think about that? What's 0 dimensions? 0 dimensions is a point. It's a infinitesimally, it's infinitely small. There's absolutely nothing there. There's nothing there, right? You can't. There's no, there's no mass, no width, no depth. There's like nothing there. It's literally just a point. Just a point, just a distinction. That's it, just a distinction. But you can never have, like, if you put 2 points on top of on each other, they become 1 point, the same point. So you can never ever have 2 points on top of each other without them becoming 1 point, the same point. So we're in like 3D space 3 times. Like, I can't occupy a point as something else. I can't get in there, right? It's a video game, but yeah, even then, I can't occupy the same space that something else occupies. Even when I jump in the water, like, oh, you're in the water. No, dude, what's happening is my body is displacing the water, pushing it out of the way to let my body in. So, and the rest of the water rises a little bit by me jumping in the water, because I displace it. So yeah, you can, like, the way our world, one of the rules of our world, our reality, is that 2 things can't occupy the same space at once. So your perspective, my perspective, is unique, like totally unique. Nothing else can have it. When you have a perspective, things look a certain way from your perspective, and when you change your perspective, yeah, things change, and it reveals new information, new depth that you didn't have before. So that even though you can't see the whole thing, if you can look at the thing and change your perspective at the same time, and still see the thing, you'll see it from a different angle and learn more about it. And if you back away, you can see the big picture. Okay, what was I gonna do? Go chop down wood, but it's dark, so I need to sleep. Oh yeah, I need to drop off the wool. Down here, wool. Yeah, this base is messy. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Because here, let me show this quick. So I have a flower farm up here. I have like a nominal space up here by the gate, but I come down here and like I have a item sorter. I made an item sorter. I like dug out this whole area, and I made an item sorter, and it works. You know, it works. It's your typical item sorter. Item elevator right here. Each one here is an item sorter that sorts individual items. Rah. And then dumps off over there if it doesn't fit into any of this stuff. And and you have your typical water elevator. It just goes pop up there, the stream, into this hopper, which feeds into the system, the pipe. This is a hopper pipe. Yeah. And then I just sort, well, no coal, but like, so there's not a whole lot of stuff in here yet because I haven't really, you know, there's a lot of cobblestone. But I'm just digging this room out, like bit by bit. That's all I'm doing is digging this room out and adding to my my collection, which is why my tools are broken. But yeah, okay. So, what's been going on? Here, let me go this way. What's been going on? I don't really know what's been happening over the Thanksgiving weekend. I kind of like spaced out. Like, can't handle it anymore. Yeah. So I don't know. What I do know is that it kind of like I found a snippet. Someone pointed out on Twitter a snippet in the Mother report that I think just encapsulates the situation. Here, let me grab it real quick. What did I do with it? Hold on. Working it out here. Oh, sorry. What did I do with it? I made it. I saw I saved it on the desktop. PDF. No, that's searchable. Where'd my snippet go? Oh, geez, I have to I should have found it before I did this, huh? What did I do with it, homie? You know what? I don't even know where I uploaded it from. Well, it's on my Twitter. Here. Profile. That one. Download my own picture. Save image as desktop. Fine. Crap. Oh well. Okay, open with infran view. Okay. Let me check this out, guys. This is for the Mother report. This is page 149 of the Mother report. Okay, if you look down here, page 149 of the Mother report, at that area that's highlighted, at approximately 2:40 a.m. on November 9th, 2016, news reports stated that candidate Clinton had called President-elect Trump to concede at somebody wrote to Dmitriev, Putin has won. Dmitriev is a Russian oligarch. So somebody associated with the Trump campaign called the ally of Putin and told him Putin has won when Trump was elected. So wait a minute. What did Mother have to, or what did Putin have to say? Dude, what have I done here? Show images. That's the one I'm looking for. Open with. Okay. It's not there. What happened? Let me go back. Open with. Infran view. Is it showing up? What happened? Dude. Okay, no, that's supposed to be gone now. Oh, right here, that's why. Okay, now I'm getting it. Okay. Okay. So what did Russia say? Russian President Vladimir Putin has dismissed Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report and investigation, agreeing with President Donald Trump's assessment that the entire probe was a witch hunt. We said from the start that Mr. Mueller's notorious investigation would find no evidence, Putin said Tuesday, the Moscow Times reported. Therefore, it was clear to us in advance that it would end up as the mountain gave birth to the mouse, as they say in Russia. So, okay, so Vladimir Putin is saying that the Mueller report is invalid. Donald Trump is saying the Mueller report is invalid. What does the Mueller report say? Okay, the Mueller report, what does the Mueller report say? As set forth in detail in this report, the Special Counsel's investigation established that Russia interfered in the 2016 presidential election, principally through two operations. First, a Russian entity carried out a social media campaign that favored presidential candidate Donald J. Trump and disparaged presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. Second, a Russian intelligence service conducted computer intrusion operations against entities, employees, and volunteers working on the Clinton campaign and then released stolen documents. The investigation also identified numerous links between the Russian government and the Trump campaign. Although the investigation established that the Russian government perceived it would benefit from a Trump presidency and worked to secure that outcome, and that the campaign expected it would benefit, they didn't get a contract that showed for real. So they couldn't 100% establish it, especially when everyone on the Trump campaign lied. But all the connections were there and all this other evidence was there, for sure. So Vladimir Putin saying, no, we didn't do it. No, Russian intelligence tells me, no, KGB says we did not do it. All these Americans are coming up saying, yeah, Russia did it. Donald Trump says, no, listen to Vlad. He did, they didn't do it. And then so what happens? You listen to the news, you turn on the news, and then you're watching these Republican Congress people. And all these Republican Congress people are agreeing with Vladimir Putin. They're all saying, oh yeah, Vladimir Putin's correct. Yes, I'm a Republican, and I think Vladimir Putin's correct that the Mueller report was nothing. I agree with Vladimir Putin. I'm a Republican, and I agree with Vladimir Putin. So that's what's going on right now. We have Republicans agreeing with Vladimir Putin that Russia didn't steal the 2016 elections to favor the Republicans. So, maybe I think that's why I didn't really get to go to any Thanksgiving things, because if I'm near any family that's starting to talk about how they are on Team Russia, I'll get very angry because I can't handle it. Team Russia, I mean, but that's what we're going on. You know that whole Ukraine, how they're trying to say Hunter Biden. That's Russia, guys. That's Russia. Russia wants to say that Ukraine was the one who hacked the 2016 elections. So Russia didn't do it. Of course we didn't do it. So since we didn't do the 2016 election hack, then America can take the sanctions off of all the Russian oligarchs. That's why they're pushing it. So Russia is pushing the Hunter Biden conspiracy theory. Republicans are amplifying Russia conspiracy theory. Donald Trump always sides with the Russians against the Americans. Always. So if you're not starting to put two and two together, I mean, I don't know what I can do for you. Yeah, we're in a crazy time right now. We absolutely have to transform. And that's why I'm kind of upset that Joe Biden is still doing still the front runner in the Democratic primaries, because he's going to be the end of America. and like, I'm not saying anything bad for Joe, right? But Joe Biden is kind of like thinking the old ways. He's got the old way of thinking. He's a neoliberal. Like, he's going to be in the vein of half measures, things that are not going to be enough. And so it's going to be the end of the world. We're going to be passing our leadership to China, if that's what happens. If we pick Joe Biden, we're passing our leadership to China, because Joe Biden's not going to. He's thinking like, he's aimed toward the baby boomers. And, you know, boomers, I mean, baby boomers aren't bad. My mom's a baby boomer. Like, I know baby boomers, but they're kind of stuck in old ways of thinking. They can't quite comprehend what's going on. The world's moving fast and big, and it's too much for them, I think, for a lot of them. Like my mom, dude, I can't talk to my mom anymore. She's on Team Russia. And it's not that she's on Team Russia, it's that she's a victim of the goal of the information war. The information war, Russia's information war, wants you to believe that you can't possibly know what's true. The truth is too hard to figure out, and that you shouldn't even try. And so if you give up looking for truth, then you're easy to be manipulated, because you're not looking for truth anymore. You don't care. You're like, it's too hard. I don't, you know. So my mom was like that. There's so much misinformation out there and disinformation that my mom gave up. She doesn't want to know what's happening in the world. She doesn't want to know what's happening in politics. She has her old beliefs, and she sees no reason to give them up. No matter what. Yeah, she just stopped looking. She stopped looking for God. She's just content with, she just wants to deal with her life, and tunes out everything else. So she's not even going to vote. Right? That's exactly what the Russians want. That's exactly what the Russians want. The Russians want Americans to give up, to become cynical, and and that, it's not even the Russians, it's the Republicans. Because remember, Republicans are fascists. So fascists don't believe in democracy. Fascists want you to believe, oh yeah, this politics stuff is too hard for you mere plebeians, you stupid rubes. It's too hard for you guys to figure out. It's better if you just leave this to your betters, to the elites. We'll figure it out for you. We'll be the ones who make all the decisions. We'll decide what's best for you, because you're too busy working your life. Like, it's too difficult to understand the truth. Let us, with the power, decide for you. That's fascism. That's what the fascists want. So my mom is a person who is given in to that. She got like too confused. Her life is too stressful, too busy to have to figure out, well, what's the truth? Especially when there's like a whole government, like the Russian government, working against you, and your own president is an ally of that Russian government. That's hard to deal with. That's hard, you know. I can like kind of sympathize with my mom. If you're not like, the flow of information today is astounding. It comes so fast. Like when I first did my show, I think I did a show and I talked about Juneteenth and how it took 2.5 years for the Emancipation Proclamation to make it to Texas. So people were enslaved in Texas for 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, because it took that long for information to flow. Because, you know, they didn't have like the internet, they didn't have telephones, they barely had telegrams. I don't even think they even had that. You know, it was Pony Express if you wanted to get a message across the United States. You know, what's the Pony Express? It's a guy on a horse carrying a piece of paper. Like, it's crazy how long it took information to spread. And now, there's so much information, human brains can't process it. It's just too much. So it's easy to put in noise and to make it messed up. So to make it cost too much to process the bad information from the good information. I mean, I get it. Like, So yeah. So like the point of my show is like I'm trying to get you guys good information. I understand that it's crazy out there. And that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm trying to like I go through the BS and try to glean out like the pertinent information and then try to process it a bit and put it in context. Because facts by themselves are meaningless unless you have context. Because if without context, facts becomes more noise. Like I can sit here and tell you about the various species of invertebrate animals that live in our oceans, but if I don't have context for it, it's just noise. It's just random information. You can't use it for anything. It doesn't inform you of the world around you. Well, in a useful manner. Like that's what the brains are supposed to be for. The world is full of information. You've got to be able to figure a way out to figure out which of this information is important to you, and that you should pay attention to, and what information can you kind of like filter out. Because if you don't, like in nature, if you're not filtering out and watching for the right information, you're gonna die. Like how do you know what's predator and what's prey? If you can't distinguish between the two, you're gonna die. So you need to be able to process information. But anymore, information is like a torrent. There's just so much of it. It's just, I think, going faster than human brains can deal with. Culture, I mean, like, look how long it took people to figure out how to have etiquette with cell phones. And cell phones, didn't come that fast, but they revolutionized the way humans interacted. And we had to figure out rules for that. We had to figure out how to handle that. It wasn't clear at first. It wasn't always obvious. So yeah, so we have these two stories going along in our country, and it's not like this is something unprecedented. Russia did the same thing to Ukraine and to Georgia, like the same exact thing. They flooded the airwaves with propaganda and misinformation. They ran a puppet candidate, and the puppet candidate won. And then the puppet candidate started moving the Ukraine closer to Russia. And then the people revolted and forced out the Russian candidate. And the Russian candidate fled back to Moscow. So Ukraine is like not joking around. Like they're in some serious trouble. Because when that happened, then Russia invaded Ukraine and took over the eastern half. Forgot the black wool. Black wool in here. So what happened in Georgia and Ukraine is happening here in the United States, and it's happening in the UK. So yeah, exactly, right? The UK. Because remember, Russia cannot defeat the alliance. It can't defeat NATO. Like when democracies band together to help each other out, then authoritarianism cannot defeat them in a military conflict. However, if democracies are split up into little pieces, then dictatorships, authoritarian, can defeat individual democracies by themselves, isolated by themselves. So the goal of Russia is to break apart the big blocks and isolate the parts so they can be defeated by Russia. So that's what they're doing they tried to do that in the United States. Russia is always pushing for an American Civil War, because a broken United States doesn't contribute to the Russian military, but in relative terms, if you're like this, and all of a sudden your rival drops down to here. You gained in position relative to your rival. You have gained. Before you were like this, and now you're like this. Even though you didn't move, in relative terms, now you're closer in power. That's what Russia wants to do. Everyone's much higher than Russia. So Russia wants to knock people down to their level so they can overpower them. Same with China. I mean, I don't think China is as aggressive as Russia with their hacking, but they hack in a different way. Their hacking is different. China hacks us, but differently. They steal our ideas. Which, I mean, can you steal an idea? I don't know. I guess you can. It takes work to make an idea. Ideas don't just like appear out of nowhere. You have to build them. So they're like Minecraft things, right? You have to build it. Otherwise, the idea stays this fuzzy thing floating around in the astral plane. It doesn't actually exist. Fill this in. I don't want zombies spawning underneath my house in those little like 1x1 square spaces. That's awful. It makes a bunch of noise. I've got so much cobblestone. But you know what? Cobblestone, you can never have too much. Everything eats cobblestone. If I make any electronics, observers eat cobblestone. Dispensers eat cobblestone. Like, everything eats cobblestone. I gotta be careful. Gotta have a lot. Just like wood. Okay, so if you know the goal of Russia and of authoritarianism is to like they steal ideas and they want to poison ideas. That's disinformation. They want people to give up on the idea of democracy and become cynical. Because if they give up, then they don't participate in democracy. And the only way democracy works is if you make it work. If you bring it into reality. Remember, like sure, things can live on the astral plane forever, right? In perfection, because they're not real. They're not actual. That's why they can live in perpetuity, in perfection, because they don't exist in the material world. Like, the moment you take that fuzzy idea and pull it into the material world, number one, it's not perfect anymore because it's actual, so it's limited because that's only one manifestation of it. And it's temporary because everything's temporary in this material world. And it's imperfect and it's temporary. But here it is. Like, if you don't do it, then it's never going to be here. So that I'm kicking my own butt here because, like, I've got projects that are in my head but I'm never done. And it's like, you lazy bum. Come on, man, do something. I don't know. So, I mean, you gotta look. What we got going here is a good thing. And I think that's why the forces of evil are fighting so hard right now. Because we have this good thing. United States is a amazing machine. Look at this machine. Look at the United States as a mech. Like an Ava or something. It's like massive. It's huge. It's super powerful. It can do amazing things. But right now, it's about to fall into the hands of brown people. Which, you know, brown Americans are Americans. That's awesome. That's great. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with it. But if you're a white supremacist, you have big problems with it. As a white supremacist, you only want America, the United States government, to fall into the hands of white supremacists. You don't want non-white supremacists to control government. So you'll do whatever it takes to stop the United States from falling into the hands of non-white supremacist Americans. I need coal. And it's all back here because I'm waiting to load up on it. I'm still trying to load up on it. So yeah, what else? Yeah, so we got, so they're doing a fire sale. Do you know about Vulture capitalists? Vulture capitalists, like equity, private equity. What this is like a way that rich people make money. Mitt Romney was really good at doing this. This is what he did. Bain Capital. Remember Bain Capital, Mitt Romney? So what capitalists like Mitt Romney do is they have private equity firms. Basically, it's just a giant firm with a bunch of money. And what they do is they look for companies that are doing pretty good, but they can get on the cheap. So suppose you have a bakery, like it's just a factory that makes bakery. It bakes bread, and then it ships out the bread. And everyone's unionized, they have a pension, it's all going good, you know, whatever, rah, rah, rah. And then they don't make a huge profit because what they do is they take the profit and reinvest it back in the company, which means the company keeps going. It doesn't stop. It keeps going, and it provides like good paying jobs for everyone around, right? Union jobs with pension. So the private equity firm finds these companies and then buys them outright, just with massive wads of cash. It buys out this company, and then so boom, easy, right? They buy it out. So now they control this company, but instead of taking the profits and reinvesting in the company, they like just drain it. They don't reinvest into the company to update the hardware and stuff. They'd stop paying into the pension. They'll dissolve the union. They'll figure out a way to break the union. They'll sell off like the distribution part for parts. They'll sell off the machinery parts to a contractor for parts. They'll sell off the building for parts. They'll sell off all the company for parts, bit by bit, until there's like the company can't stand anymore. There's nothing left for the company, and it goes into bankruptcy. And then everyone, then they go into bankruptcy, and then the pension is liquidated to the stockholders, which isn't the workers, right? The workers lose their pensions, and yeah, all the rich people make money, and all the working people lose money, and the capital wins. That's what vulture capitalists do. That's what Mitt Romney did, and that's what's happening right now to the United States. GOP legislators at the state level are doing this all over the place, where they had, there's been a blue wave going across the country as there've been a lot of Democratic victories in the state houses, governorships, mainly governorships. So what happens is when there's an election and a Democratic, like in Wisconsin, a Democratic governor is incoming, they won the election. There's that period of time in between called the lame duck session, where these guys are no longer legitimate, but they still have power. I don't know. So what they do, the GOP passed a bunch of laws to strip the governor of all his power, so that when the Democratic governor came in, now he's in a really weak position because the government just stripped him of all his power. And now you can't do anything because even though you won the governorship, you can't do anything because they just stripped you of all your power. It's the same thing in the United States. Now that we're becoming a majority-minority country, the white supremacists see what the writing on the wall, and they're stripping the government and the country of its power and selling it for pieces. That's what they're doing. That's what Donald Trump is doing. That's what the Republicans are doing. That's what white supremacists are doing. If they can't control the country, they'll strip it for parts. Yeah, man, it's crazy stuff. You gotta, like, yeah, thinking big. Oh, wait, I'm using the wrong pick. Fortune, oh, silk. No, I need fortune, here we go. Stone is also important for electronics. Like repeaters and comparators all need stone. And a lot of redstone. A lot of redstone.
In this very room, you can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work.
Code everywhere. Man, I was so disappointed. Like, we had this winter storm warning for like 2 days. Snow on the valley floor, freezing rain, da 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 da. I woke up this morning, there was like barely traces on the grass. I was like, man, I was all like expecting this like nice white like wintry thing, and I got nothing. Disappointed. It's my last day off. It's been a nice 4-day weekend. I mean, I didn't really do anything, but I went shopping. Yay! That's what I do on Black Friday. I buy new underwear and undershirts. Yay! That's the extent of my Black Friday shopping. I bought 10 pair of underwear and 10 shirts for $20. How can you beat that, man? $20 for a pair of shirts, for $1 a shirt, a t-shirt, and $1 for a pair of underwear? That's amazing. What a deal. I couldn't help it. So yeah, I bought underwear. Gonna knock that out again. What did I do? I don't know why. So this isn't the most efficient way to mine. This is just for building material. If I wanted to mine seriously, there's like more efficient ways of doing it. Like, I would go down one of these here, and every like third or fourth one, you dig in like that, and you see if you see anything. That's the most efficient way of doing it. Oh, wait a minute, I have to go drop off stuff. And when it starts getting like this, I want to make a train line to like dump off stuff, so I don't have to keep hopping and running like this. Running back just to drop stuff off. Alright, let's get out of here. Like, it's all nice and all, but here, let's go check something else out. I was gonna go get some wood. Climb that mountain, chop some trees down. I'm gonna wait until the sun sets and sleep, so I'm not having to fight zombies. More coffee. So, I was talking to my neighbor. And I'm trying to work stuff out. My neighbor's all like, yeah, I don't like Hispanics. I'm like, ugh. What? You don't like a group of people? That's kind of gross, man. I don't know what to tell you. Do I want to hang out with you anymore? Like, what does that say about you? Are you working on it? Like, I don't get it. Like, how can you not like a group of people? That just... It doesn't make sense. And so I didn't know how to process it, right? I was all like, oh, okay. But after we were hanging out, I mean, I started thinking about it. I'm like, that's not cool. That's not cool.
Hey George, do you think my brain would explode? Living life at hyperspeed and doing it all out of greed to gain the status of pompous and mental subconscious, cause you stay where we stay. Another one launches to blast off and disintegrate. The sun rays incinerate. In the great mood, being crude was never funner if you ain't alive now. Aw man, what a bummer. Another summer, another generation dumber. For all the front runners, gripping batons and getting ready to pass the next top of the class. We got gas in the tank, we got loot in the bank, we got a dump full of diapers. The smell's getting riper, right here, right now, with tractors to plow and push around the messes while we're worried about dresses. And who'll stop the presses? Quiz shows for guesses. By what impresses, the stresses consume. If you want to be somebody before you enter your tomb, and you die with your hoard and grip a sword to protect it, cause shit can get hectic when others wanna take. I mean, for goodness sake, you waste your life making cake, but you'll never digest it. Kept interested, material infested, and yep, yo, you guessed it, possessed it and got it like it's something erotic. Owning this junk just to fill up your trunk, and maybe it'll float when our world is sunk.
Who can tell the tale better than who knows it well?
Oh, here.
Who can tell the tale? Who can tell the tale better than who knows it well? Who can tell the tale?
It is a genocidal fulcrum. It is a genocidal fulcrum.
理解を超えた宇宙の中の地球の中の地中から飛び出すミュージックフロー。それは四六時中 Free stick define non-stop 4 seasons. I got a question in my mind. What happened to my brain? Go the speed of the light. What will I see? Where will I be? 失う式の中で見える光。それでもチャンスあれば行ってみる意味。新しい世界を見る Dreamy got the feeling. Cheese will give me real hip-hop recipe. そして繋がらん KFC よ 3MC での新たな旅完成。浴びるより求める完成。George, are you listen to me? If you don't know Japanese, you got the feeling. 幼い時に学んできた知識。生き方は母に人としては父に。てめえで通る責任逃げるより先に。人々は見ぬふり俺だけは直視。知ったかの受け売りに俺は寝たふり。手のひらで踊り全て知ったつもり。はみ出さないライン向いてないウィキに揃える足並みそすれ人並み。穏やかな海よりも激しい荒波の日にわざと船出す意識。彼に行き先見失っても必ずある行き先。足がかり甘すぎる世の中に見切りつけて出る一人 Yo, I'm ready さあ腕まくり 最終的に名を残す Underground History マイク握る役は俺が敵に
Who can tell the tale better than who knows it well? Who can tell the tale? Who can tell the tale better than who knows it well? Who can tell the tale?
It is a genocidal program. It is a genocidal program.
Yeah. The mind of mine glances like a distant star of light, ever flowing as if the sky was condensing, like the mist and dew in the morning, walking on air, balance that we share. Till the storm dies down, we shall bear too many casualties from an unknown enemy. The reflection of the street light at night remind me not of what it used to be. Human ancestry, disrespecting the elderly. What a shame to be living in a society where greed and lust rapes the beauty of life, and sometimes it gets to me. So I seek liberty, cause true human freedom, you see, is to be able to choose your own reaction from within, cultivated in the heart of imagination, opening the gates of fire. The grace has made it easy. The great second coming is unity. The soul and spirit share, the soul naked and bare for all to witness and see. Not no fake ass tales or misconceptions or delusions about death, just the deepness of the breath, fearing instead of being thankful. Liberation from out the mouth of the dreadful, only to come back to learn the same lesson again. True wisdom, joy, and yes indeed I enjoy seeing your brain working. I feel I may be scattering the point, so I aim to make it sharper than north myself in the name of the highest. Intentionally I tried to bless the see life as a test.
Who can tell the tale better than who knows it well? Who can tell the tale? Who can tell the tale better than who knows it well? Who can tell the tale?
It is a genocidal program. It is a genocidal program.
Yo, who can tell the tale? The wanderer sifting through the sludge, doesn't budge. Some of course resources, reports from true sources that aren't worth a quarter of my intellect. Try to contest the quality of my text, cope with half my dialect. I stress prerequisites, the facts, any observation without hesitation. Fuck all critics. They're trying to steal my sunshine. What's mine is mine. I didn't invent the style to see now, deny. I present gifts. Be content, I'm fucking listen to it without any interruption. The function is in conjunction with the release of excess waste, not wasted but predated. Check my bibliography, that's me standing next to the cheese and pod C. Started in 03, bobbing to the end of me. That's infinity, considering I got kids, see. This means that our teachings are far-reaching, outliving the body. Ponder on that, now come back to where I'm at. 450 on the track, following the pack, holding the attack formation, deciphering information with devastating results. Consult all of Puck's past albums so you can catch up, and thus through continuous rigorous thought find out what is really sought. Oh well, hell, who can tell the tale better than who knows it well?
I think that your brain would blow up.
All right. All right. So yeah, that's MC High Snow or DJ High Snow, DJ Cheese, and DJ Pot. I thought that was Pot C. MC Pot C. I don't know. Yeah, they're great. From Canada and Japan. All these beats are DJ Cheese. He's great. I met him in Japan. I think about all the people I've met and like what I was doing back then. I'm like, man. And then I'm like, oh yeah, what's happened the past 10 years? Nothing. Work. Just worked. And then I lost a bunch of money and then I worked more. There, I chopped down the tree. Actually, what I wanted really are these seedlings, because or the saplings, because I want to have a tree farm where I live. not far away. Like here. Parkour. I missed. Oh, what? Dude. Punk? Where'd you come from? That cave over there? Again! What? Oh, it's not even a cave, dude. It's just like barely dark. How lame. That's kind of cool. That's like a nice little spot. So yeah, what else has been going on, man? Yeah, I think the thing that's gonna really wreck Americans is that we have concentration camps for children, for brown children, and that we've stolen. The United States government has stolen children again from from people here, from Americans. The United States, like, that's its history that I think it's not gonna ever go away until we deal. That history is never going away. But we're gonna keep, like, our government is gonna keep doing this until the white supremacists are completely eradicated from our country. White supremacists love to steal children. They did it to the African Americans. They did it to the Native Americans. they did it in a way to the immigrants, the European immigrants, in a way, but not really. Like, yeah, not really. Not like they did it to the native kids and to these brown kids, where they just up and steal them away and say, we're gonna take the kid, adopt them out, and then deport the parents. Like, that's dumb. I can't believe that. And this is gonna keep happening until we get rid of our white supremacists. That's kind of neat. It's like, oh, how to get back up? Right there. I'm a mountain in the dark. All right. I can still parkour. Ooh, I should build like a tower up here or something. Alright, enough running around the dark. I got a little bit of wood. Oh, how little wood did I get? Jeez, that's kind of sad. I need a nice water landing here, over here. Oh no, I have a boat. Oh! Ow. Zombies. Everywhere. Yeah, alright, zombies. We're out of here. I dug out this little place right here so I can connect the lagoon with the wider ocean, like it always wanted to be. All right. What else to talk about? I think that's it for now. There's so much going on. I can't really keep track of it. I'm just kind of overwhelmed. Peach Trump. He's a traitor. All right. Well, I've been going for like an hour, right? Yeah. I need what I need is I need co-hosts to help me out. So if anyone wants to join me, let me know. Hey, I'm looking for co-hosts. All right, this is PoGokeRo. I am done for this week. I will catch you later. If something big shows up, I'll probably do a pirate broadcast. But yeah, check those out if you haven't seen the pirate broadcast. Those are nice. All right, PoGokeRo. All right, America, I'm done. PoGokeRo out. Peace. Stop.